What is going on, my Cardano friends? It is your friend Jack here, and in today's video, we're going to be discussing Solana versus Cardano and the black hole that is Solana money. First off, I want to disclaim this video that I am not against the people who like Solana. I am not against Solana directly. I'm just putting my opinion and some information out there, which I think is pretty important to note, especially given the track record of previous similar structured blockchains in this space and what's happened to them, as I want to heed other people and just tell them what's going on, and also kind of put into some perspective why I myself don't have any Solana assets and I'm strictly more or less in Cardano and other decentralized blockchains. First things first, the Solana black hole. What is the Solana black hole? Well, it's pretty much a theory I just made up myself, and what I'm referring to is the allocation of Solana's money and the black hole that is retail money going into the abyss of VC or insiders' pockets. The black hole is taking from retail investors and has seemingly been doing so ever since its inception, when community allocations, insiders, and foundations equate to more than 90% of total token allocation. And as you can see here, this little percent right here, that's probably 1 to 2%, I believe, of public sale is what retail has been given to fend off and to buy from the open market, or rather to acquire fairly from the open market at a proper price point, which is also still more than the other 48% of the rest of the ecosystem got it at. So let's just say it's not so fair. Now, this isn't the only problem though, and recently we've seen some news where essentially FTX, the not really second anymore, largest crypto exchange, has been bailed out by the #1 crypto exchange, Binance, and coincidentally and unfortunately, Solana has been long propped up and basically put together, sponsored, managed, and helped funded by people behind FTX and other incentivized venture capitalists. And now, supposedly, this is an insolvent #2 crypto exchange that has been backing Solana going under. Now, I'm not going to say that FTX stole all of retail's money because they put their money in Solana and then they dumped on them. I don't have any evidence of that. I don't have any proof. But the thing is, there's a possibility there that someone who is incentivized, promoted their own token, which makes sense. And they did it heavily because their assets or their holdings are so large and so they got in so early that they could sell now and still make a massive profit on the open market, especially with Solana being one of the most liquid blockchains out there that has this type of initial token allocation. And I would say this is largely due to the fact that Solana has a large NFT community and also a bunch of great people building on it, developers and all that. I'm not going to discredit that at all. There's a lot of great people building on Solana, building really cool stuff. However, I don't think the point of crypto was to create something that looks like a blockchain, but is built like MasterCard or Visa, in the sense that all the structure is very centralized behind it, and all the numbers and things behind it are also very inflated. TPS, it's thousands of TPS, but all these transactions per second are really meaningless data being sent back and forth between two nodes, wasting resources. At least that's my interpretation of it. I'm not an expert on all these topics, and sometimes maybe I am throwing around a bit of nonsense. I don't really know. I'm not someone who has all the time to look into everything. However, I do know for a pretty solid fact that Cardano is more decentralized and more in line with the way I want to invest in blockchains, and more incentivized on that vision of making the world better and bringing more freedom to people's money, which is the point of cryptography, the point of crypto in my mind in the first place. If you're not doing that, you're doing something completely different. And to me, you're not really a cryptocurrency, but you're something else entirely. And maybe that's where Solana belongs, but I don't think it's really in the same category or should be as Cardano or Bitcoin or Ethereum. Now, there's also a lot of speculation about Solana and double digits going down for NFT growth, as well as just speculation in general, a 4.7% drop because of FTX's speculation of allocations being insolvent. This kind of came to fruition, and since there is a larger drop of around 20%, all of crypto's down. Solana is down significantly more than most cryptos, but in general, it's hard to say if this is directly because FTX got actually it's not that hard to say. I think it is directly because FTX is heavily involved in Solana that is down more than the rest of the market, but it's hard to say if this will keep up, if people are going to divest out of Solana, or if they're just going to keep in the ecosystem because they like what they have there, and there is some good things to enjoy, whether it be NFTs or other dApps. My problem is, the end of the day, the people who win the most are not going to be the users. Maybe there's some people on here making profit and getting money in NFT worlds, but those people also likely are taking money from other people who didn't make the right calls. That's kind of how NFTs work. It's not really the most sustainable model, in my opinion, and it is a fair market. The people who are benefiting from all this activity, all this NFT volume, and all the hype going around the blockchain, people using it, are the people who initially allocated some of their funds to inside assets, or the insider part of this chart, where they got Solana tokens at a very cheap price and can now dump on the open market, which is very liquid thanks to NFTs and more people talking about it and enjoying the blockchain, and then make a lot of money. That is the whole purpose. They're going to prop up Solana, they're going to talk about it, they're going to promote it, and they're going to use their influence to make it more notable so their assets are worth more. That's my problem. The people winning, no matter what, are going to be the people who initially have the inside allocation, and it's dangerous how much this can impact retail and basically drain retail of all their money because they got in so early and retail didn't. And there's a lot of great people building on Cardano, but it is also a huge relief just to be here and a place where people have a fair chance at getting in on the action. I'm not trying to say that people in Bitcoin who got in early are, insiders. I think there's a lot of Ponzi-nomics going on there, but in general, the initial distribution was very fair and very public sale oriented, rather than these other blockchains coming up like Aptos and Solana, where the initial distributions are pretty much set to fail, at least on the decentralization point of view for the blockchain, before they even get started. The black hole is that Solana and the insiders of Solana are always going to make that money and take it away from retail. At least that's how I see it, and I don't really see it going any other way when you put initial tokenomics like you do for Solana. That's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video or videos. Stay tuned. See you in the next one. Peace out.